Hey all you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNINews video. And we've got a lot to cover today, including Marvel Legend news, DC Multiverse, lots of Masters of the Universe news from PowerCon this weekend, and a whole lot more. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so welcome to a Saturday afternoon, and as I mentioned, we've got some news on the Marvel Legend front, as well as a bunch of Mattel Masters of the Universe news from PowerCon. But before we get into those things, let's start off with a little bit of news from Neca Toys. So this week, they released official images for their Jaws 8-inch retro type figure of the Hooper figure, Richard Dreyfuss. We had seen some early images for this figure previously, but now we have the official images and details. So this figure is going to be released in March of next year. It should be going up for pre-order pretty soon, I imagine, and it is going to come with two different head sculpts. You also are going to get two different hats. He's going to have a cup and a crushed cup from the movie, and also his duffel bag. So again, this figure is going to be released in March of next year. For you Transformer fans, a new mashup figure between Universal Monsters and Transformers went up for pre-order yesterday on the Target website. Now, we had seen listings for this figure previously, and it's a mashup. The figure is called Draculus, which is essentially Dracula and a Transformer. So you get a giant bat that transforms into a robot. This set is going to cost $31.49. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this is an actual Target exclusive. Right now, they are the only one offering it, but it may be available elsewhere, probably on Pulse at least. The pre-orders on Target have since sold out. The figure costs $31.49 and is going to be released in November 28th. But I do suspect you'll get another shot at this figure if you missed the initial pre-order yesterday. Now, speaking of Target pre-orders, I just wanted to update on that Batman Year 2 figure that went up for pre-order on Target's website last Friday, again, as part of the Geek Out event that Target is holding. And initially, when that figure went up for pre-order, there was no release date listed. And still, when you go and you look at it on the website, even though the pre-orders are sold out, they have not listed any kind of release date for the figure. But I got an email from Target. I was able to pre-order one last Friday, and I got an email this Friday saying that it had been delayed, even though I didn't actually have a release date initially for it. So I actually got two emails from Target yesterday morning. The first one said the figure was going to be released on September 9th, which had already come and gone, so that was a little weird. And then I got a second one that said that it was going to be released on September 24th. Now, I would treat that with a grain of salt, especially since they don't actually list that date on the Target website. But tentatively, it looks like that Batman Year 2 figure is going to be released sometime towards the end of this month or next month. We also had a few more DC Multiverse figures go up for pre-order late this week, and that includes the Reverse Flash, which we had seen an initial image for previously, but now we have the new updated images. This one actually looks pretty cool. It is available for pre-order everywhere, including our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store, and is slated with a release date of November of this year. And with the figure, you get the same type of running effects that you did with their Flash figure, only the effects are now painted a red color, which look pretty good. You also get the display base and the art card like we always see, but you do get those same type of running effects like we did with the Flash figure. And then also going up for pre-order this week is that 2-pack that I've talked about before. It's based on the White Knight, featuring Batman and the Azrael Batman in that modern armor. So that modern armor figure is pretty much the same figure we got previously. The Batman figure is a bit different. It doesn't have a cape. It's got a sheath with two swords. You also get that flame base. So we'd seen some initial images for this set from Diamond Previews magazine, but now we've got the official images, and the figure is available for pre-order everywhere, again, including our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store. And like with the Reverse Flash, that figure is slated for release in November. And then finally, for McFarlane Toys, I have a few new retailer listings. And the first one to scope these out was Voice of Reason on Facebook. And I will put a link to his Facebook page in the video description. But for DC Multiverse, he found some DC Multiverse listings and some Spawn listings. But for DC Multiverse, we are getting some more video game based figures with a Green Arrow from the Injustice 2 video game, Godspeed, which is likely a video game figure, though that's not 100% clear. We're getting the Arkham Knight from the Arkham Knight video game, and then finally from the comics, the character known as Ghostmaker, which is a Batman-related character. And then for new Spawn listings, which are probably the cooler of the two listings, looks like we're gonna be getting a new Ninja Spawn figure, the character Haunt, Overt Kill, which is going to be a mega figure, which is actually, even though I'm not a huge Spawn fan, I've always liked this character. I believe he first appeared in a how to draw video with Stan Lee and Todd McFarlane, but he's definitely kind of a cool character. And again, that one's going to be a mega figure. And then finally, a repaint of Raven Spawn. Now, of course, we'll treat all of these as rumors until they're officially confirmed by McFarlane Toys. But as we often see with these retail listings that pop up, they generally turn out to be true. Now switching gears to Marvel Legends. So first of all, Jay Hernandez got to reveal a new figure yesterday. He has a video where he shows off the figure, and so I'll put a link to that in the video description below. But it is a new Spider-Man symbiote figure in black costume. This should be on a retro card back. I believe this will be going up for pre-order this coming Monday. You may have heard me talk about how I was expecting at least one retro figure going up for pre-order next week, and I believe this is the figure that will be. And so it should be available everywhere, including places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store. And this is using that vintage Spider-Man body, so that updated Spider-Man mold, not pinless, but definitely a lot of people have wanted to get their hands on that vintage Spider-Man figure on the retro card back. So this is the same mold with a different head sculpt in the black costume. And again, I do expect this figure will likely go up for pre-order on Monday. And then the final bit of Marvel news I have for you guys is on the rumor front. It's a rumor report, an update to a rumor report I've already talked about. It's another figure in next year's X-Men wave. So previously I had told you how there should be a Siren figure coming in the next X-Men wave. And then two more figures I have for you are the characters Darwin should be included in the wave, and then Havoc. Now, I only have the names. I don't know specifically what versions these characters will be. You know, with the Siren, I'm assuming it'll be her green and yellow outfit. I'm thinking with Havoc, it's probably going to be classic Havoc since we got a modern one and the X Factor one already. But again, all I have is just the name. But it looks like Havoc will be joining this wave, as well as the character Darwin. Again, I don't know what outfit he'll be portrayed in. But those are the three names I have for the next X-Men wave. Again, should be treated as rumor until Hasbro gets around to officially confirming these. I don't really think this wave is going to be announced this coming Monday. You know, Hasbro is going to have a live stream this coming Monday, the 13th. And while they might start teasing some of these figures, I'm not expecting it to be fully revealed or going up for pre-order or anything like that. But again, based on info I've seen, it looks like three of the figures in the next X-Men wave are going to be Siren, Darwin, and some version of Havoc, which I'm thinking is probably going to be classic. Okay, now let's get into Masters of the Universe. So this weekend going on right now is the PowerCon convention out in California, the official He-Man convention. And with that, we've had some news from companies like Mondo as well as Mattel. So let's start off with some Mondo news. So these images come via Vinyl Violence, and I will put a link to his Instagram page in the video description below. But these are images of new Masters of the Universe 12-inch figures that Mondo, or 1/6 scale figures that Mondo had on display at their booth. Now, Mondo has a panel coming later today. As I'm filming this video, the panel is not aired. It'll be, I think, around 5:30 Eastern time. But so we will probably get more details and maybe even more reveals then. But it looks like they're going to be doing a Revelation Skeletor figure as well as He-Man and Battle Cat in the 1/6 scale. And then finally from the cartoon She-Ra, and it looks like She-Ra is going to at least, I'm sure we'll have other accessories, but is going to include a mini figure of the character known as Cal. So as I said, more details on these will probably come later today, so check back to TNI if you want to learn more about these. There was a Mega Contrux panel this afternoon, and some new sets for that were revealed for Masters of the Universe. So the big news is there is a Snake Mountain play set coming. It's not going to come until later, but and they showed off some prototype images for the set, but it looks like it's going to be very detailed, similar to their Castle Grayskull set, which will continue to see release in 2021. So if you missed out, haven't gotten that one yet, it'll still be available this coming year. But besides that, they're doing a zombie horde slime pit. So this is one of their Skeletor head sets that's going to come with a zombie He-Man that's done in green translucent plastic. There's also a feature with this playset so you can have it look like the slime is pouring on the figure without the mess. So I think it's just like a plastic, version of the slime. But, essentially if you're a fan of slime pits, this is one you might want to check out. It's going to cost about $10. Then they're going to be doing a land shark that has working treads and the moving jaw, and that's going to come with a battle armor Skeletor and a Roboto minifigure. A Monstroid, which is going to come with the first Hordak minifigure, along with a variant of Prince Adam with the blue vest, and a She-Ra figure. That one's going to cost you about $30. And then finally, they announced a Havoc staff that is going to be 40 inches long. It's going to include around 740 bricks, all but one will be purple. So it is made so you can kind of hold it, life-size type staff, though you're probably not going to want to battle with it or anything because it would fall apart. But essentially they are doing the Havoc staff. The skull head is removable if you just want to display the top of it on your shelf or what have you. I don't think they gave a price on that one, but all of these are items that will be out in 2022, except for Snake Mountain. That one's coming later and they weren't very specific on when that will actually see release. Okay, and then finally for Masters of the Universe Origins and Masterverse, so they confirmed a lot of rumored listings that we had seen previously and gave us some reveals. So first of all, for the Masters of the Universe Origins, they confirmed that we are going to be getting Buzz-Off, Jitsu, and Sorceress, along with a new Clawful and a first appearance Trapjaw and Anti-Eternia He-Man. So those were the new basic origin figures that they gave us our first looks at. And then for deluxe figures, they're going to be doing the Dragon Claw Skeletor and the Flying Fist He-Man. So a couple of new variants of He-Man for the deluxe line, He-Man Skeletor for the deluxe line. For vehicles, the Stridor Horse is going to be released in the Origins line. No figure will be included with it, but you get some accessories with that one. All of these, again, we've seen listings for, so now officially confirmed. Then for regular release Masterverse, there's going to be the Fisto figure, the Scareglow, the regular Scareglow, the Andrea and Stinkor figures. So again, we'd seen listings for those, and now we've got our first official looks at them. We are getting Merman, which I don't remember if we'd seen a listing for that one, and Classic Teela. So that one we definitely hadn't seen a listing of. So if you didn't like the more modern looking Teela that's in Wave 2, they are going to give us another one with a more classic look. So those were the regular release Masterverse figures. And then for deluxe figures, they showed off the Triclops figure, which we had seen listings for, as well as a deluxe Trapjaw figure. So the cool thing about Triclops is you can have him either in his more classic look or in that kind of cult leader look that he had in the Revelation cartoon. But if you just prefer his classic look, you're going to be able to portray him with that. So that's definitely kind of cool. And then King Grayskull is also getting the deluxe treatment. There's one other deluxe figure coming, but they weren't able to reveal it. Probably something from part 2. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, I've seen listings for a deluxe He-Man figure, which I don't know if that's the King Grayskull. I kind of suspected that's what that one was going to be. So I don't know for sure if the deluxe He-Man listing that I've seen is for the King Grayskull or for something else. But if I had to bet, I would say that it was probably for the King Grayskull. And then maybe, there's been listings for like a Barbarian Skeletor, even though I think that's a regular figure. But I don't know. As I said, there'll be one other deluxe figure, which they weren't able to reveal today. And I'm guessing will be in part 2. Unfortunately, they have not yet at least given any updates on when part 2 is going to air on Netflix. That might come sometime this weekend. But as I'm filming this, they have not revealed that information. Now, besides that for Masterverse, they also revealed packaging for other versions of Masterverse figures that are coming outside of those based on the Revelation cartoon. So they are going to start doing next year figures for Princess of Power, I assume from the original cartoon, though, all they did was show the packaging here. but Princes of Power, they're going to be doing Masterverse figures for the second Netflix series, the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, which is more kid-oriented. But they're going to be doing some Masterverse figures from that. And then the final one is for what they're calling New Eternia. So this is basically something totally new. These are said to be based on original character designs inspired by classic Masters of the Universe concepts. These concepts will be launched as action figures first, meaning they're not something that's appeared in any cartoons or anything like that. Now we might see these designs used in something down the road. They kind of hinted to, but these will appear in action figure form first. So again, that is being called New Eternia. They also announced that they're going to start offering Masters of the Universe Origins figures on their Mattel Creations web store. So as previously released figures as well as exclusive figures. So the first figure that they're going to be launching for Origins on the Creation website is that fan poll first appearance Triclops figure. So that'll be going up for pre-order this coming Monday, the 13th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So if you want to get that figure, you'll probably want to be on the website around that time. Other figures that they announced that they're going to be doing for Origins that will be sold exclusively on the Mattel Creations website include the characters Wondar and Koldar. Those will be coming sometime in the spring of next year. They will also be doing 2 additional figures in the fall of next year, but they did not yet reveal those. If you missed out on the PowerCon exclusives, then you're going to get another opportunity to buy them from Mattel Creations, again, this coming Monday, the 13th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So again, if you missed out on those, you will have another opportunity this coming Monday. And then finally, they officially confirmed that the character Sunman will be joining Mattel and the Masters of the Universe. So Sunman was a character that was originally created by a small toy company called Olmec Toys back in the 80s. Had very similar attributes to the Masters of the Universe, but essentially were created for kids of minority groups, Black children, Hispanics, things like that. The idea being to portray heroes with dark skin and such. And the main character, which is well known among Masters of the Universe fans, is the character known as Sunman. So Sunman is joining Masters of the Universe, the Origins line. There's going to be a deluxe version released that has some pretty cool packaging to it. He's going to come with his shield and his flame sword and 2 head sculpts. And this figure will be offered, again, this coming Monday on the Mattel Creations website, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And then there will be a regular release of Sunman in the Origins line, as well as other characters from the Sunman toy line from the 80s that will be making their way into the Origins line at regular retail. There will also be a mini comic included with this deluxe Sunman figure, which will give you kind of an in-depth to his backstory, introducing him to the Masters of the Universe. And this character, which, basically gets his power from the sun, is said to be as strong as He-Man. So I think it's definitely kind of a cool figure. I never heard of it back in the day, but I think he actually looks pretty cool. I don't think they gave a price on the deluxe figure, how much it's going to be, the one off of Mattel Creations. But if you miss out on that one, again, he will be coming as a regular Masters of the Universe Origins figure at retail sometime next year. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about down in the comments section below. Like the video if you're so inclined, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. You should also hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. As always, guys, stay safe out there, and until next time, I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News Message Boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.